And we are now joined by Alok Bansal, Director, India Foundation. Welcome, sir, to the program. Balochistan is actively preparing to celebrate the National Day of Independence on August 11th. So can we expect the Pakistan government to resort to repressive measures to prevent such celebrations?
See, there is no doubt that Pak would resort to excessive repressive measures, which they have been doing it over the decades. In fact, whenever Baloch have tried to demonstrate peacefully, they have actually handled them with a heavy hand. So much so that sometimes even the Pakistan's judiciary, which has generally been the handmaiden of the executive, has also been forced to raise some concerns. As you remember, there was a Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhary who had taken up the case of missing persons, because what the Pakistani agencies do, that they take away people who even show any sympathy with the Baloch nationalist forces, and then they disappear, and very often their bodies are found subsequently bearing severe torture marks. So that's been the case, and consequently Baloch women, etc., have been protesting against this. Earlier, Mama Kadir Baloch had led a protest, and now Dr. Mehrang Baloch was leading a protest. She has been apprehended, as you know. She was not allowed to go and attend an international conference where she had been named by Time magazine as some of the 100 most influencing people who were emerging. And since then, she has been in illegal detention without any charge sheet. Her detention has been extended month after month, month after month. And now it's almost 6-7 months that she has been in detention.
Yes, Baloch leader Miryar Baloch has declared that Pakistan will not be allowed to exploit Balochistan's mineral resources without the explicit consent of the Baloch people. How, if at all, could this Baloch opposition impact the US-Pakistan deal to jointly develop Balochistan's oil reserves?
See, US-Pakistan deal is actually more a figment of imagination. Donald Trump is used to making statements without any sanctity or without any relevance. So he's talking of oil and gas from Pakistan. I don't know what he's talking about. Bulk of the oil and gas which has been explored has been in Balochistan, and no further exploitation or exploration has been going on because Baloch have prevented foreign agencies from exploring resources in their land, because they don't want their land to be colonized by Islamabad, and they have actually targeted any foreign agency which has been collaborating with Islamabad as far as colonization of Balochistan is concerned. And consequently, we have seen that Chinese citizens, Chinese companies have been targeted. Now, if US wants to do that, US will also face the same thing. The second alternative is US talking about shale gas, which again, in Pakistan's case, whenever they have gone for shale gas, the cost has been so exorbitantly high that Pakistan cannot afford it, and its affordability is zero. So I really don't know what US-Pakistan deal is all about when he says that Pakistan will have so much of oil and gas. I really don't know what Mr. Trump is talking about, President Trump is talking about. I think it's more in form of some pipe dream as far as Pakistan is concerned.
Okay,
nothing.
Nothing substantial. But would you agree that with the assertion of the Baloch leader that the resources generated from exploiting Balochistan's mineral wealth will be used by Pakistani military and the ISI and pose a serious global security threat?
See, this has always been the case, right from the time when Khan of Kalat was forced to accede to Pakistan by forcing literally gun to his head and moving Pakistan's military. The Kalat's leaders have always been saying that Pakistan cannot survive without Balochistan's minerals. In fact, Balochistan has the minerals, and that's been the fact. So Pakistan has been an exploitative power as far as Balochistan is concerned. Their copper mines, their coal reserves, their iron ores, that's all been taken out by Pakistan. And as a result, what we have seen that in last few years, Baloch have been targeting these exploitative forces. As a result, people from outside Balochistan who have been involved in extraction of these mineral resources have been targeted. Specifically, Punjabi citizens have been targeted. And that's what is going on. So I think Baloch have a valid grouse that despite being rich with natural resources, Balochistan in terms of Human Development Index is amongst the poorest states as far as Pakistan is concerned.
Okay, UN human rights experts have called for Pakistani authorities to respect international human rights and humanitarian law in Balochistan. They've also condemned reports of widespread torture, extrajudicial killings and indiscriminate violence by Pakistan's security forces, especially against peaceful protesters. But shouldn't more be done by the United Nations in this matter?
I think UN has really not been so active. They should have been, because Baloch have been targeted inordinately, in fact, in a very, very harsh manner. We have seen so many Baloch leaders who disappeared, their bodies have been received. I think the international human rights bodies must take Pakistan to task for this sort of severe human rights violations that have been taking place regularly in Balochistan.
Okay, let's see how August 11th is celebrated in Balochistan. Thank you very much, Alok Bansalji, for joining us on DD India News Hour and shedding your perspective on the crisis in Balochistan.